Hi Amita, I'm planning my kitchen and everyone has advice. My mom, my carpenter, Pinterest, even my neighbor. Who do I listen to?
Well, none of them. Everybody thinks that planning a kitchen actually starts with the color of your cabinetry, the white countertops, the fluted glass, and the appliances or even your handles. After 30 years of designing actively, I know it begins with none of this. It begins with precision. It begins with fire and water. Hi, I'm Amita Trehan from Bravura Spaces and welcome to another episode of Ask Amita. When I start planning a kitchen, I don't plan with a mood board. I first fix the fire and the water. Whether you follow Vastu or not, the site conditions will actually dictate how your kitchen is going to be laid out. The longest counter ideally should have the hob because as our Indian cooking needs that, the things that we have around the chakla, belan, sukhe aate ka dabba and everything that goes around it. So the longest counter ideally should hold your hob, and of course the drainage and the water point on your site is going to dictate where the sink is going to be. What I also like to fix in the first instance is the height of your counter, because you have to decide whether your hob is going to be built in or is it going to sit on top of it. Either ways, it's absolutely fine as long as it is working for you. The other idea that I like to play with is how energy efficient can I make your kitchen. And that is not talking about energy efficient appliances, it is talking about the precious human energy. Can you imagine the number of trips you were to make between the washing machine, the dishwasher, the hob and the refrigerator, not to forget the storage? How tired would you be by the end of your entire activity? This is the classic work triangle between your sink, your hob and the refrigerator. First fix these items and the rest is going to follow. The next aspect of our kitchens is modular kitchens. Now the myth is that modular means using a lot of hardware. No. Modular really means dimensions that are in multiples of say 9 inches or a foot. See, our kitchens are going to be odd sizes, but that doesn't mean that our cabinetry has to follow that, because what will happen then is that we are going to be left with very odd pockets which are only going to gather a lot of clutter. Also, the dimensions has a cascading effect on our hardware. Most of our, I think not most, I would say all our hardware comes in specific sizes in multiples of 300, 450, 600, 750 and 900 mm. Now this comes whether we are talking about my favorite, the rolling shutter, comes in 450, 600 and 900 mm version, and any other wicker basket or cutlery trays, the glass and plate rack, they all come in very standard sizes. Which means that we are not reinventing a wheel because we have a cabinet which is 700 mm or 780 mm, which means that our the modular the hardware that we have is not going to fit in there. We are going to left with one small pocket which is of no use to man or beast. So these are the things that you must keep in mind, because it is going to increase the efficiency of our cabinetry and not leave us with pockets that are going to gather clutter. The next on the line is storage. We need to list out everything, right? So it is, and our Indian kitchen storage is extremely typical, the kind of dals, pulses, atta, chawal, chini, oils, kinds of oils that we use. That is also, that entire listing needs to be done so we are able to plan our entire kitchen very well. So of our dals, they are going to be depending on the size of the family and depending on whether you like to stock up for 2 months or 6 months, the size of the storage is going to matter. So typically the dals and the pulses are going to be a smaller quantity, at the most 2 kgs at one point in time. So then the drawers have to be planned so that all of this can go in as per the number of the dals that we have and the number of canisters that we're going to have. The atta, the chawal and the chini obviously is in higher quantity. So a grain trolley is a beautiful drawer that comes in, and that really works very well for all of these things. The other is the pantry unit. There are 3 versions available, and I have used all 3 of them in my work very, very efficiently. It all depends on the kind of storage that you have in mind and also the kind of space that you may have. So there is this typical pull-out pantry which has shelves on on the shutter as well as the inside. It's a pull-out, so you can stack all your snacks and cereals, and all the extra storage that you may have can come in very beautifully there. The other version could be a combination of drawers and glass shelves. It's a complete unit and a combination of glass and drawers at the bottom. The third version is the half-lay set of tandem drawers. It's a typical set of 5 drawers. You can decide the height of those drawers depending on what is it that you wish to store, and maybe the smaller, maybe the masala dabbas, or those can come on the top. The cereal boxes could be found on the lower drawer. So this is how you are going to plan your entire kitchen. List out all the spoons and the ladles. I think Indian cooking needs such different ladles that we're going to use, and they have to be very easily accessible at all points in time. And so these are the storage ways that you can create a lot of efficiency. Now come the corners, which mostly become dead corners, and that's a lot of precious real estate that's going to get wasted on a day-to-day basis. My favorite is the Lehman corner from Halfley. It has 2 trays. They all come out, and that entire corner is very efficiently used. The trays are rounded, and our kadhais and cookers are rounded, so there is so much optimization of that space, and the weight bearing capacity of these trays is very high, almost 40 kgs per tray. And I have personally used this so effectively for a number of years without facing any problem. And all my cookers and kadhais, so typically the top layer is for my kadhais, the bottom is for my cookers, and it has served me really well. Another favorite fitting that I swear by is the rolling shutter. There are sizes that you can choose depending on what is the kind of appliances that you have. It is very essential that you make a complete list of appliances that you have currently and what you wish to acquire in the future. Now, in my own home, how I've planned my entire space, I have 2 rolling shutters, 450 mm each. The items that I use on a daily basis, these shelves that are there. So I have a toaster, a coffee machine, an air fryer, and a grill. Now these items are all placed on 2 shelves, and the plugs are created right behind. So I'm not taking out any appliance from some cabinet, finding a plug, removing something else. So no toggling of plugs at all. All these 4 items are used very efficiently. The top shelves, which are not very easily accessible, actually keep my the blender, the jar, the mixer jars, all of them come on the top shelf, and that has served beautifully for me because I'm a very hands-on homemaker and I have this love for engineered solutions. Contrary to what the Pinterest says and what is generally believed, I like to keep the mixer base on the counter itself. It can just stay plugged in one corner. Whenever you need to use it, bring out the jars from wherever you've stored it. In my case, it is the rolling shutter. Bring it out, use and put it back, and it just works really well. The modular kitchen industry is going to hate me. Well, that is because the system of the sink, under the sink, is what they have, because they're only using these wooden boxes, the carcass as we call them. There's a wooden box which is for the sink, and there's one little cutout from which the pipe goes in. I hate to even think about the clutter and the disgusting stuff that could be under it, because there is no way either we or our help is going to be able to access it on a daily basis, and of course there is going to be so much muck around it. I like to plan my kitchens. Everything is on a masonry plinth. It is very beautifully tiled. The skirting is tiled, the top is tiled, it's clean, squeaky clean. The partitions on either side of the sink are made in stone. If you have a dishwasher, that's another thing that has a partition in stone. So this entire place which has water or anything to do with water is absolutely waterproof, can stay like that for zillion of years. If you want to wash your kitchen, which we do like to wash our kitchens, so all of that water, that entire area under the sink is so clean. This entire place could be washed beautifully, and it is a sparkling kitchen that you have. Our kitchens need to be designed around our food habits and the kind of foods that we have. So a lot of things become mandatory is the chakla belan, the masala dabbas, and the kind of ladles and things that we use. Also, your kitchen routine could involve only the staff cooking for you. It could be a combination of you and your staff, or maybe it's a place where possibly your husband also joins in, whether he wants to make a meal for the family over the weekend or just grab his own coffee every morning. I remember we did a complete kitchen for someone where we created a completely separate coffee station for the gentleman because he liked to get his own coffee. So that was his coffee, all his coffee pods and his cookie completely was on one side of the kitchen, while the messier part of the kitchen of the daily foods and everything could go on the other side. And that was the place where the gentleman came, grabbed his coffee, the kids came, grabbed their snacks and cookies, and it was such a clean bifurcation of the entire space and how efficiently they could use it while the staff was cooking, and yet the rest of the life could go on. Whether you're going to be there by yourself or it is only going to be staff oriented, what are the kind of things that you really need, what are your storage habits, and lastly, what is the kind of vibe that you would like for your kitchen. This is what you must keep in mind while you're designing for yourself. If you are designing your kitchen by yourself and you can't remember all that I've said in this video, there are a few non-negotiables that you must remember. First is the dimensions and precise dimensions. Better if you get them in mm, you will be able to design your entire kitchen very effectively. Second is fix the fire and the water. Whether you're following Vastu or just the site conditions, whatever be your pick, get the fire and the water in place. Thirdly, make sure that you have very early on decided whether the hob is going to be built in or is going to be a freestanding hob on your counter. This will really give you a fix on the height of the counter. This will also have a bearing on the other appliances that you may have. So in case you're having a dishwasher, decide on the model of your dishwasher, otherwise the height of the counter will vary. If you're going to have a washing machine also inside your kitchen, that's going to create a little drama around your kitchen counter height. So decide on all your appliances very early on in your entire kitchen planning. The next in line would be storage. How do you store and how much do you store? Is it storage for a month or is it storage for 3 months? And that is going to decide on how much storage space that you are going to need. The hardware. What is the hardware that you really need to make sure that you're optimizing every square inch of your entire space? Fourth would be the kind of color combinations that you choose is going to have a bearing on the fact whether you're going to be using a kitchen in isolation or are you going to have staff who's going to help you, and therefore you need to make sure that it is all optimized and it is not going to create problem for you and maintenance issues for your entire kitchen. Your appliance list is extremely important. That is where the rolling shutter and whether it's going to be placed on your counter or wherever that you wish to use your entire appliance, your microwave, oven and other appliances are going to be used, and that is so very important. So make a complete list of this and then start planning your kitchen. And for good measure, throw the just figure out the vibe of your kitchen that you would like to have. My favorite kitchens are the ones that are closed, so that we don't have any odors and fumes coming into the kitchen, but you do have an option of having a semi-closed and open kitchen, or a kitchen which has the option of closing it when you want and opening it up when you need it so. This is Amita Trehan from Bravura Spaces signing off. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is your sign. Do hit the notification bell to know when the next video is dropped.